Hi you guys, so it is a cold 29 degrees out here in Ohio, and I thought that I should talk to you about overwintering and how I do it and some things that can help you if you're thinking about overwintering some plants. So let's get started. So I thought it'd be a good idea to just make a video with a couple small tips that could be helpful for someone who's thinking about overwintering plants this year. It's really simple. The first thing you're gonna want to do is figure out what you want to overwinter. If you have a plant that you didn't get around to planting this gardening season, and this plant is hardy to your growing zone, then that's a perfect plant to overwinter, perfect candidate for that. One way that you can do it is you can bring that plant into an unheated garage. You could take that plant into a cold basement, or you could plant that plant in the ground in the pot if you wanted to do that. You can also just nestle that plant up against a structure, so like your house or your garage or a shed. You could put it in the shed. You just want to give that plant some protection from the cold, from the elements. So if you were to nestle that plant up against your house, you would do so, you would just put it like in a corner, and I'll show you, I'll give you an example. And then what you want to do is you can take leaves and cover that plant up. You can take some burlap and wrap that plant up. You can use like hay, any sort of natural material would be perfect for that. I wouldn't use plastic. That's just not something that I would use. I don't think it's a good idea. I think plastic would hold in too much moisture. So I have a pot right here. This is how I would, if I was overwintering something outside, I would tuck it in a little corner like this, and then I would cover it with leaves or hay, or even like stack up a bunch of plants around it. I could even tuck it behind this boxwood. That would be a good place, but you want to insulate it with some sort of material. Same thing goes if you're nestling it up to a garage or some other structure on your property. You'll want to just make sure that you insulate that plant using leaves. You can use mulch. You can use mulch bags, not the bags itself, but the bags with the mulch in it. You can use that to insulate your plants. And then, packing a bunch of plants together is a good idea as well, because that they insulate each other. And then you would just insulate the outside plants. Okay, so let me show you what I've got. So I chose to overwinter in my garage, and here it is. It is very dark, but anyways, here's what I am overwintering. Now, I like to experiment, so I'm attempting to overwinter some Prince Tut and King Tut grass. They look awful right now, like horrible. I don't think they made it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give them till spring to see what they do. I have a red tip Fatonia that I'm getting rid of next year, but I'm overwintering so that it can be ready for its new home in the spring. So here are my plants up here. I just have them sitting on this wood table that we have in the garage. Everything looks really good. There are some green still on these alliums. My hydrangeas have died back. The sedums died back. I have some Gerber daisies, which I don't know if they're gonna wake up. I think it's too cold out here for that particular plant. These look amazing. Let me tell you what they are, because I forgot. I did not get around to planting these up this last year, but this year I will get to them. Okay, so these are yellow ice plant, and I actually got these probably for like a couple cents, like so cheap from Lowe's. And what else we got here? We have strawberries, and strawberries overwinter very, very well. They're good for that. I've got petunias. Now, I don't know if this one is going to make it this year. It made it last year, and it bloomed all winter long. It was crazy. But right now, I think it's a goner. But last year, I actually had it sitting right over there in that window, and it did so well. But I think it's gone this year. That's okay. Petunias are easy to grow and to get back, and then I get to keep the planter. So over here, I have a blueberry bush that I got from I think it was Lowe's or Home Depot, and it actually was not hardy to my zone. It was a order that they had made and made a mistake, but I had already bought one before I found that out, so I decided to just keep it in a pot and then bring it in for winter, and it's already got buds on it for next year, and I'm so excited. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, there they are. So this plant, it's not hardy to my zone. I think this is actually a zone 6 or a zone 7 maybe, but it's not too far off that I think it is just crazy for it to survive. So I think it will do just fine next year. Over here I have some onions. I don't know if they're going to survive. I've never overwintered onions, but the point is to experiment. It doesn't hurt to, you know, try and overwinter something and see what happens. And that's kind of what I've been doing. Now, as far as light requirements, you don't need to have light to overwinter a plant. If you are overwintering in your basement, it's fine for it to be dark down there. Your garage is fine if it doesn't have a light in the garage that stays on. That's perfectly fine. The main thing is making sure that you come out and you water your plants, and it doesn't have to be a lot of water. Just give them, you know, a trickle of water once a month. They don't need a lot. Okay, you don't want to rot them out over winter. If you water them fully and you've got water coming out of the bottom, you've done way too much. These guys, they are good with a little. A little goes a long way. So yeah, I think we've covered places where you can overwinter. You definitely, if you're overwintering in the house, you do not want the temps to go like above 40, or it's like 40 or 46, because you don't want to trick the plant into thinking it's time to wake up before it is time. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in the next one.